Yes. So we just started talking about social control. And we have categorized social control into two: formal social control, informal social control, and maybe a third, maybe the semi-formal social control. And see, sometimes we may ask, or sometimes we may tell that social control is something against the individual freedom. Because when I was talking about social control during some semesters, during some other academic years, some previous academic years, some people thought that social control is not needed. I think that is just because you're looking at the term social control, and that term creates some problems. Actually, we cannot tell that social control is not needed. It is against individual freedom, because individual freedom has got some borders. I will tell you why. Because we have got only a few more minutes, so I may just continue the discussion. There is a very beautiful essay written by A.G. Gardner, I think, on the rules of the road. Am I right? Has this essay been written by A.G. Gardner? Anyone from English? Who wrote on the rules of the road? I feel so. A.G. Gardner. I like his essays because you can see some readability there in A.G. Gardner. There is a beautiful essay written by A.G. Gardner that is on smile. And this essay also, I feel so, has been written by A.G. Gardner on the rules of the road. In that essay, the first sentence, it starts by depicting a fat lady who was walking on a street in England. She was walking on the road, at the middle of the road. And she was thinking that she had got the right to walk wherever in her country because she was a citizen of that country. So she was walking on the road itself instead of walking on the footpath. Then the writer tells, yes, we admit that you have got the freedom. You have got the right to walk wherever you want in your country because you are a citizen. But there is a question. If a cab driver feels that he has got the right to drive his cab wherever he likes because he is a citizen of Great Britain, and if he drives his car on the footpath, what will be the result? The writer himself answers the question: there will be anarchy. So your freedom is not absolute. Your freedom is on the basis of the freedom of others. It is comparative. It is related to others' freedom. See, if you want to sing a song by sitting on the terrace of your home, and if you tell that I have got the right to sing a song by sitting wherever I want because I am citizen of this country, and if you want to sing a song in the midnight, 1 p.m. in the night, yes, you have got the right. But the matter is that the person who is sleeping in the other home also is a citizen of your country, he has got the right to sleep without getting disturbed by others. So here comes the importance of social control. Actually, social control is not imposing. It should not be imposed. When social control, when the individual rights are driven, or when the individual's rights are destroyed, when the individual's rights are taken away without keeping any sort of justice, in the name of social control, then it is called social evil. We will talk about social evil later. So social control is something important, because if you feel that you are not ready to accept the social control, the matter is that you cannot raise your voice against a person who is violating your right by telling that he is not ready to accept social control. Yes, got it? Yes, got it? Are you able to follow me? Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Yes.
So this is social control. So you just think that, just know that social control are some rules and regulations, not some random rules and regulations, but systematic rules and regulations assigned, not imposed. I won't use imposed, assigned by a society, maybe the authority or the leaders, on the members of that, or to the members of that particular society. And this one is important for the smooth running of the society. And that is, you should look at the, for example, if the lady walks, if a single lady walks at the center of the road, and if the cab driver is driving the car on the footpath, you cannot see the smooth functioning of the society. You cannot see the flow of the society. You cannot ensure the smooth or effective functioning of the society. So there is a rule. What is it? People should walk on the footpath, and drivers should drive, or people should drive their vehicles on the road. If this rule is not there, then there will not be smooth functioning of the society. So that is important. So social control is for smooth functioning or effective functioning of the society. So we cannot live without social control. There should be some rules and regulations. I think there is one word in Malayalam, akram. Yeah. There is one word in akram, Malayalam. There is one word in akram. What is this akram?
Kramamal.
Yeah, you are right, Jazil. Akramam means something which is not kramam. Yes. Akram means something which makes some krama rehitam. That means your action is called akramam, not when you're using some bomb. Because sometimes you may have to use bomb for digging a well. Yeah. അല്ല, നമ്മൾ ചില സമയത്ത് കിണർ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നത് ബോംബ് പൊട്ടിച്ചിട്ടാണ്. അക്രമം എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ബോംബ് പൊട്ടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നിട്ട് അക്രമം എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? No. And some people are creating some obstacles, maybe some stones. By using some stones, they fix some stones on the road to prevent some vehicles from moving, and that is akrama. Yeah, because അവിടെ റോഡിലൂടെ സഞ്ചരിക്കുന്ന വാഹനങ്ങൾ അത് ഇങ്ങനെ ക്രമമായി സഞ്ചരിക്കേണ്ടത് ഒരു സാമൂഹിക ക്രമമാണ്. ഒരാൾ ഒരു മുള്ളെടുത്തിട്ട് റോഡിലിട്ടിട്ട് ഒരു കാറിന്റെ ടയർ പഞ്ചറാണ്, അത് അക്രമമാണ്. കാരണം ക്രമമായി സംഭവിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സാധനത്തെ ക്രമരഹിതമാക്കുന്ന പ്രവർത്തനമാണ്. Actually, he is doing something against the smooth functioning of the society. So that is a crime. ബോംബ് പൊട്ടിക്കുന്നത്, കിണർ കുഴിക്കാൻ ബോംബ് പൊട്ടിക്കുന്നത് ലോകത്ത് ആർക്കും ഒരു ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടാക്കുന്നില്ല. അത് കിണർ കുഴിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് പൊട്ടിക്കുന്നതാണല്ലോ. So here comes the importance. So there should be a systematic functioning of society. So social control is something important. Then I may ask you, how does education ensure social control? That is my question. How can education ensure social control? I think Rahima, can you answer this question? How does education ensure social control? So I think maybe some technical problem for Rahima. So I may continue. See, rules and regulations are not enough for ensuring smooth functioning of society. The most important factor which helps in bringing smooth functioning of society is volunteer readiness of the people. Am I right? Yes, am I right? Yeah. See, I told you about public smoking. See, if a person is smoking at the public, when there is no policeman, and if he hides his cigarette behind his body when he sees a policeman, what is the usage of your rules and regulations? Can policemen prevent crimes always? No. See, nowadays you can see that when there is lockdown, some people are wandering here and there. Some people are wandering here and there by riding on their bikes and scooters without having any purpose. And they will make use of some shortcuts to be away from policemen. So you cannot make use of social control effectively by imposing the rules on the citizens. But through education, you can make the people aware that they have to follow the rules and regulations just for making their life to more smoother. For example, if you teach people that when others smoke, it will help your health, then he will be thinking, if I smoke, it will be affecting others too. So if he sees I smoke, but I don't drink alcohol, but when others drink alcohol, it affects me. Similarly, when I smoke, it will be affecting others too. This concept, this awareness, That is what is created by education, or that should be created by education. So volunteer readiness or the awareness, that is what's done by education. That should be created by education. So education helps you realize the importance of different rules and regulations, different norms and regulations. Only by making them ready to accept, not by imposing rules, not by imposing norms and regulations, you can make a society function in an effective manner. You can ensure smooth running of or smooth functioning of a society. So this volunteer readiness should be created by education. Education should make them realize the real logic behind the social control. So education is important. That is one of the education is important in the case of social control. One of the most important functions of education is social control. Social control does not mean destroying the individual rights. It does not mean destroying the individual freedom. It only means the smooth functioning of a society or smooth running of a society. So I feel that you have got ideas. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is what is happening by using education. So first function of education is socialization, and a second function is social control. So discipline can be ensured by making the people aware that such rules and regulations are important for the smooth functioning of their life too. So you should make use of psychological approach for implementing the rules and regulations. Then only you can, then only you can ensure smooth functioning of the society. Now the third function, as we told, is social change. What do you mean by social change? So education brings social change, or one of the functions of education should be social change, or education should bring social change. What do you mean by social change? Asia, what do you mean by social change? Yeah.
സോഷ്യൽ ചേഞ്ച് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ സമൂഹത്തിൽ നിലനിന്നിരുന്ന എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ അതിൽ മാറ്റം കൊണ്ടുവരിക.
Yeah. Social change is change in the existing self pattern. Social change is change or alteration in the existing social pattern, social structure, social relationships. Yes. So you are changing. You can see some social change in social relationship. For example, nowadays you see that the relationship between people are not like the relationship between the people which was not which was there in the past. Then social structure, in the past there was some joint family system. It was the structure in our country. Joint family system was the structure of society. But nowadays we see that there is nuclear family system. That's the structure. Then social pattern you can see. In the past, the social pattern, you saw some social stratification in the case of caste. But nowadays still there is social stratification, but not on the basis of caste, but on the basis of economic status. So social change is some alteration in the case of social pattern, social structure, and social relationship. And one person I have forgotten the name of that person, defined the social change as social change occurs when the members of the present generation engage in some activities which were not engaged by their immediate forefathers. Once more, I'll tell. Social change occurs when the members of the present generation, social change occurs when the members of the present generation engage in some activities which were not engaged by, which were not engaged by their immediate forefathers. Now, for example, if you are engaging in some activities which were not engaged by your parents, yes, or which were not engaged by the generation of your parents, it is called social change, according to this person. So it is change, it is alteration in the case of social pattern, social structure, and social relationships. So anything which we see in the case of communication style, in the case of uh, the relationship among the family members, the relationship between the family members, the relationship between the relatives, the family system, the family structure, the social structure, the community structure, yeah, the common factor on which we are getting together, we can see changes. We can see some new trends. We can see some new approaches. And this new approach, in the case of social structure, in the case of social norms, in the case of social relationship, is called social change. So if you are asked to define social change is some alteration in social relationship, social structure, and social pattern on the basis of some internal or external factors. Yes, got the idea? So, and it's one, do you want to tell anything? Because I thought that she was going to speak something. Was it was it accidental, or do you want to speak anything?
Sorry, sir, now.
Oh, it was accidental. It's all right. So I think now the time is 10:56. Our deadline is 11 o'clock. So we have got only 4 minutes. So we will talk more about social change in the next class. We have to explain how education brings social change, whether education is an instrument for social change, whether some other instruments are there which help in social change. I mean, whether some other factors are there behind social change, and whether education helps in the enhancement of the other factors which help in social change. So these areas of this topic will be discussed in the next class. I'm sorry if I hurted you, if I blamed you without knowing the real reason behind your absence in the class, or without knowing the real reason by which you have left the class. I'm sorry, just for ensuring the discipline of our system. And I believe all of you, because I have got trust in you, because all of you are committed, dedicated, and brilliant students. All of you have got some commitment in the case of attending the classes and learning the items which we discussed here. So I'm sorry. So I'm very thankful towards you for listening to me with patience and discipline, and for being being a live part in this discussion with your views and answers. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, welcome back.